Hello, everyone. The example that I would like to share today for this discussion board post is of negative reinforcement. We actually use this type of negative reinforcement for a student that I work with at the school where I work for individuals with autism spectrum disorder. So what it was we had a student who had limited fine motor skills, but also needed a lot of feeding therapy. So for him, using proper utensils for various types of food. So for example, using a spoon to eat yogurt or using a fork to eat pasta was very, very aversive. So when we first started our intervention, the highest form of reinforcement for the student to use his fork or spoon was actually to have the fork or spoon removed. So with the we would start basically by saying, okay, you need to take one bite of your pasta with your fork, and then you can eat it in the way that you choose. That was gradually built up into 2 bites, 3 bites, 4 bites with the fork, until our student was eating entire meals with the appropriate utensil. So it almost served not only as negative reinforcement, but almost like a systematic desensitization to using the fork or the spoon, depending on what the meal was. Once we got to the point where the student was completing an entire meal using the appropriate utensil, there was then additional positive reinforcement in the form of whatever edible or tangible or even just activity the student wanted. So for example, if he had identified that he wanted to earn a small dessert after the completion of his meal, that was the one that was provided. Certain toys were very reinforcing for the student, particularly music toys. So again, this is a form of positive reinforcement because something was being added to his environment upon the completion of the desired behavior, which was to eat a meal with the entire meal with the appropriate utensil.